So the film is about mental health and depression and people who don't exist sort of appearing sort of in the main character's mind. Mental health themes that we've got is very similar to a short film a few of us made a couple of years ago called Call Me, and that film it was the same sort of thing. It was about mental health, depression, and people who don't exist appearing. And so yeah, that's sort of what we've decided to go for this same sort of thing. In the film, the main character is the life that he is living isn't really real. It's sort of made up, and that's the life he's decided to live.
Most of the stuff I've had isn't to the extent where I think I should get medical help. But the other side of the script and the story, the more like grounded side, the more reality side, the stuff about living in a working class household, that kind of stuff. That stuff's taken from my actual life. So when I first wrote the script, that's what I brought into the script. I have 2 siblings. We all share one room. Think about that. 3 people in one room, that's a bit too much. That's the kind of idea. That's what I got from. But you should really think about what is real. Like, what in your life is real? Like to the extent that we do it in this film is not realistic in a sense. Because again, we're mixing reality and fiction together. But the thing that I would really ask of people to take away from this is that there's things in your life which is real that you should care about. Family, friends, all of that stuff. Job, life, education, all of these things are real things that you should care about. You shouldn't be caring about Instagram likes or Twitter retweets. Like, those are not things that really should matter, but it does matter to a lot of people, and that's not that good. It's not good for people's mental health as well. And that's why I feel like the main thing people should take away from this, which is one of the main plot points in this, is that they need to really know what's real in their life, what's real, and they need to keep that, never let go.
People should take away the fact that, more specifically, that people have these issues, and you may not realise it, but if you spot the warning signs, you should try and help them and try and see what the issues they're struggling with, and try and help them get help, because I definitely don't, and I don't imagine anyone else working on this film wants anyone to be in a position where they're sort of living a fake life as their own. So to help make people more aware of these issues and the ways that they can stop them from happening.
Mental illness isn't an exact thing. Everyone experiences things differently. I would experience loss differently to how Chris may experience it, or someone else in production may experience loss differently. Sadness, some people are closed, some people are open about it. People experience their issues mentally differently. And we're not going to be able to show every single way of schizophrenia, every single way of depression. We're not going to be able to show that. We are doing it in the way that works with the plot and works with the story, because that's logical, that sort of makes sense. But people who will criticize us by saying it doesn't depict it correctly, that's fine, you can have that criticism. That's the whole reason for criticism. But people need to understand that it's not all this, mental illness is not seen as one way.
My role is Safeguarding and Welfare Coordinator. On a day-to-day basis, I have quite a varied role, and it depends what issues come through the door basically, but I'll deal with any student safeguarding issues. That can be anything from homelessness to abuse to mental health. So if the student is at risk or somebody around them is at risk, then that's when we will intervene. The biggest safeguarding issue that we deal with year upon year, and is getting bigger, is mental health issues. Stress, depression, anxiety, right through to more serious mental health conditions such as psychosis. When I was younger, I had times in my life where I struggled from depression and anxiety myself. Don't mind talking about that. I was lucky that I had a close network of family and friends that I could speak to, and also I went to my GP as well for support. Don't suffer alone. If you are feeling low in any sort of way, make sure that you speak to somebody, whether it's a friend or a family member or your GP. Just reach out to somebody and don't suffer alone.
So my role is Learner Development Coach Coordinator, and basically I coordinate the pastoral team, which are the Learner Development Coaches, and I am a safeguarding officer as well. Yeah, sometimes doesn't come from the students, sometimes it's from their tutors, or sometimes it's from their friends, people who are around them the most. They spot changes in behaviour. Ask them if something's wrong. Sometimes that's all someone's waiting for, is someone to ask them, are you okay, so they can say no. Many people are not forthcoming with their feelings. Because then you realise you're not the only one going through this. When I talk to people, I find out that they've been through it. Sometimes they've got mechanisms that work for them that I can use, but definitely a problem shared is like a lesser load for anyone to carry. When things come up, when assignments come up, when you have that UCAS application to fill in by a certain deadline, it's better to start things early and do a little bit every day. I think too often we do things at the last minute, and that will heighten anyone's stress level.